Hey folks, Tripp Watson, entrepreneur attorney here to tell you a little bit about what to expect when you schedule an initial consult with us. Now, it's very important that when you meet with us, you understand that you're meeting with a licensed attorney. You're not meeting with support staff. You're not meeting with somebody else that simply answers the phones. You're meeting with somebody that knows intimately the legal process and the issues that you're going to be dealing with. So a part of that means that you get the benefit initially of the attorney-client privilege. You are seeking our advice as attorneys, and because of that, you have a certain level of expectation of confidentiality about what you're going to be talking about. You can feel free to be honest with us about what's going on, because we need to not only know the good things about what's going on, but potentially the bad things as well, because we can't really advise you unless we get the full picture of what you're going through. And part of that means that we need to know the good things, the opportunities that you have, but we also need to know about the potential risks that you face. And we need to be honest about that, because our job oftentimes as attorneys is not necessarily to eliminate risk, but to mitigate risk. So if we can identify the areas that could be the hardest to deal with initially, then we can do a lot more to make sure that those don't become bigger problems down the line. The other thing that you should expect when meeting with an attorney is that we're only given a certain amount of time to be able to meet with you. So we may not be able to answer all of your questions. So you should have a level of expectation going in of what you want to accomplish. So the more that you're able to provide us as far as information, the more documentation that you can provide us, it will help us long-term to be able to advise you on what your options are, but we may not be able to hit all of that during the initial hour. So make sure that you've prioritized the specific questions that you want to have answered so that we can address that as early as possible. Towards the end of your initial consult, you'll have the opportunity to get an idea of the relative costs and expenses and the way that we work in pursuing your particular matter. Now, if you're going to be setting up a business or registering a trademark or something like that, then we can give you a pretty good idea of the expenses that are going to be involved, sometimes give you an estimate, sometimes even quote you a flat fee. If you're facing litigation, however, it may be unpredictable how much the litigation may cost. It may be unpredictable what the outcome of the litigation may be. So it may be difficult for us to quote that after an initial consultation. Every case is a little bit different. Some cases we do on an hourly basis. Some cases we do on contingency. And in some other situations, we do a blended arrangement as well. But we can talk about all of those options during your initial consult, and then we will follow up with you afterwards to make sure that you have any other questions. If they're regarding the retainer agreement, we can address those as well. So once you get done with your initial consult, we will follow up by email to provide you some level of expectation of what it looks like working with us moving forward. We typically don't require a long, extensive contract, but we do have to have something on paper outlining what we are going to be doing and what we're not going to be doing, and then what you should expect to pay for that as well. So we look forward to having you come in and have an initial consultation with us. We hope that this eases the process, that if you've never worked with an attorney before, that it's less intimidating. We also hope that if you've worked with an attorney before, the experience that you receive from us will be very different than the ones that you've had in the past. So I look forward to seeing you. My name again is Tripp Watson. I'm the entrepreneur attorney for the Watson Firm.